Everybody, Chris here for Pautzke Outdoors. We're back in southern New Mexico right now. To be honest with you, we set aside an entire day to film this section of the river. We are just outside of the town of Rio Ruidoso. We're on the Rio Ruidoso in the Hondo area right now. Okay, none of us have ever been here before, but you know what? We filmed an entire video in less than 1 hour on this hole right here, okay? What's amazing is they do excellent stalking in this area and you have no crowds. Simple as that. All it took was 1 hour for both of these guys to catch and release limits on Pautzke firebait. Come with us, we're gonna show you exactly how you can do the same thing. Oh, is that a fish? First cast of the day. That's how I like things to start, boys.
All right, first drift to the hole, a little wildfire action. Bob her down, we'll get him back and get the rest of his buddies that are in there.
All right, peach garlic incoming. First one was mountain wildfire. Let's see which one they like better. Oh! I got news for you. They like the peach garlic too.
They like that one too.
All right, as you see, we caught that fish on the first drift on mountain wildfire. You know, hopefully we don't have the first cast curse, as they call it. So we're gonna get back in there and see what happens. Maybe we can get another one. Let's mix all three of those good colors together right there.
It looks like a sherbet.
I would eat it. I don't know. Fish kind of eat it.
You probably do eat it. You gonna get bit on this cast?
I probably will.
All right, we're gonna follow you then.
Go up here to this hole.
I'm gonna have Joe cast in right behind you with Peach and see if you guys can get a double.
Let's give it a shot.
Ready, Joe?
Ready.
All right, so there goes mountain wildfire. Let's see if it gets bit. Come on, fish. Uh-oh, he's going with it. Other direction. There's one. Just like that. Oh, yeah. Mountain wildfire, folks. That did not take long. Joe's gonna try to cast in between there. He's got one. Joe's on. Oh! Joe did get bit. But there, folks, here's a nice little rainbow trout.
All right, I'm gonna give you a little rundown of what we're doing today and the setups that we're using. You know, we're using a 5-foot ultralight rod, topped off a 4-pound test. Now, people are like, why are you running a float when you're floating dough bait? Well, I like that initial first bite, hooking the fish right in the top of the mouth or in his lip. We're not keeping any fish, so we're letting them go so they're not harmed, so other anglers can catch them. So with this float setup, it's just a little float coming down to a couple BB split shots there, then a 4-pound fluorocarbon leader with a small split shot right by my hook. You know, and what that's doing is getting that dough bait down towards the bottom because dough bait does float. And now when I run dough bait, I like to run a size 10 to 12 hook, and that's pretty much what we're running today.
Fish on. Man. There we go.
Sweatshirt off.
Peach garlic.
Bobber down.
Bobber down, peach garlic. Been missing a few. They've been hitting it, kind of just taking off and coming back, so just wait a little bit, let the bobber settle. Finally hooked one. Oh, that one does.
Oh, you got a rock too. Look at that.
Oh.
Another one?
There he is, buddy. Yep.
Well, this is getting to be ridiculous.
Oh, Joe ain't catching up now.
Oh man, where are we going?
4 fish without leaving this hole.
Better fish. Better. A little better. Four to three now. 4 to 3. We'll get a little bit of comeback to peach garlic. Same hole, 7 fish. Not bad.
Did you just say you're making a comeback?
Making a comeback. 4 to 3 now.
4 to 3.
A little bit better. There he goes.
Gone.
All right, as you see, we're dissecting this hole a little bit. We started on the inside. Now we're working the outside. These fish, as the sun gets higher, it looks like they're over there on that shade line. That's where we're picking up most of our bites. So we're gonna start working that shade line a little more and see if we can pick up a couple more fish.
Ooh. Look at the shade line.
Right on the shade lines. What are you talking about? Little pattern. Dead fish. Nothing through the net. There we go.
Biggest fish of the day so far.
Yes, I think this one
Mr.
is.
Peach Garlic.
I think it's what, 4-4 now?
I think it's 4-4.
I think it might be 4-4. Peach Garlic just made a comeback. All right, you guys saw the shade line we were working. This is a nice little rainbow pulled out of that shade line. He was getting out of the sun, right into the cooler water in that shade line, and Peach Garlic firebait worked great.
See ya.
Ready for 5 for 5 here? 5 in about, I'd say about 7 minutes.
I'm gonna try to get a bobber view. Is it already gone?
Well, she's not
Oh, I
done
see
yet.
it.
Start working on it though. I didn't jinx myself.
It's not over yet. Got it. Oh!
And I got a
Oh!
Oh, stop. Look at this muss.
Oh yeah.
I feel like Joe.
That's impressive right there.
You saw that a second ago, Mike going for number 5 on that shade line. I'm not sure I'm gonna give that one to him. It's actually a quick release, but it's close. So I'm gonna run the same thing, same shade line, and see what we actually pull out of that thing.
Is that peach garlic still?
That might be peach garlic still.
Oh my
Go for number
gosh.
5.
Might have to take that jar away from you and get you a new favorite. Oh, 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 oh. He swam away with it. Oh, there it is. Number 5. Number 5. Looks like actually a pretty good fish.
We just picked up this chunky little guy on the shade line over there like we were talking about. I tell you what, I'm tapped out. 5 fish, probably about 10 minutes. Good little fish, and we'll send them home, and hopefully Joe can get his last one.
All right, we're on the Rio Ruidoso today, and guess what? We're fishing on private land. Can you believe that? Private land. But this is part of New Mexico's Open Gate program, which means you have access to it, and we all do. This is a lease program the state does. They do a phenomenal job with it. We actually have a section of water here that's probably half a mile long. You can fish both sides of the actual river, and it's nice deep pools all the way through, and the state just does a great job stocking it and maintaining this section of water. All we ask, and that's all the state asks, is make sure you take everything with you that you bring in. This is private land, and just having some respect for the landowner so we can keep these programs continually going. All the way on the bottom, wasn't it?
Tree and all.
Boy, did you get a tree and a fish in the same cast?
Look at that.
Tree and a
And
fish.
somebody's
A tree
gear.
and a fish.
Man, I got free gear. Can you beat
And a
that?
gear. I
Yeah,
don't
you
know
got
if I've
hooks
ever.
everywhere.
That may be the first time I've ever seen anybody catch a tree and a fish in the same cast.
Man, what a
You're a legend.
disaster.
Number 6. Number 5, folks.
Just a little longer than expected.
Number
Just a
5.
little bit. Drop it to the bottom. Away from the flow.
It wasn't for a lack of bites, though.
That's
It wasn't for a lack of bites. You know how I know he's telling the truth? I can see the peach garlic on his fingers. Today's mid-morning episode of Pautzke Outdoors comes to you from southern New Mexico. We're about 30 miles outside of Ruidoso on the Rio Ruidoso, in an area that, guess what? None of us have ever fished before. Okay, this is the first time for all of us. We simply went online, we looked at where they stock this section, and we found out really quickly that New Mexico Game and Fish does a great job at stocking beautiful rainbow trout. Now, most of those fish are going to be anywhere from 9 to 12 inches, and there's one way we caught them today. That's with Pautzke firebait. As you can see, the peach firebait, and it's got that peach color, and it's got a tremendous amount of garlic scent. However, Mountain Wildfire was another hit today, and that's got like a sherbet color. You got orange, you got pink, you got green, you got 3 fish catching colors all together. Now, we didn't do anything but fish one hole today. We came up here, spent about an hour in one hole, and caught and released easy, and by easy I mean easy, limits of trout. The limit in this section of the river is 5 per angler per day. We probably put 10 each per day back in the water. So simple as that. Bring your firebait and you can do the same thing we did.